the loyalty bind that a lot of these people have through their enmeshment, where they've surrogated children by way of an abusive relationship or something of this nature, is very hard to break. It's in most cases unbreakable, because the parent knows that their source of security and company and longevity in the relationship is with the adult child. The more women I meet, the more I see this in their families, and particularly in their lives as well, where they've got a golden child who they've groomed, or several children that they've groomed in an extra maternal way. Now, extra maternal, extra not matrimonial, maternal, which means they've taken their parenting beyond the limits of what is required of them and needed by the child, and groom the child to become an integral part of their life in terms of an emotional, intimate source, sexless source. This is a major form of abuse, because it sabotages the members of these families to properly engage and maintain and sustain a healthy functioning relationship, because too much of themselves is invested and committed and loyal to the covert emotional incest. This way, please, fool. Hank, come on. Come on, mate. Good boy. This way. Hey! Hank! Hank! Righto. Excuse me, viewers, let's deal with this dog. Get up. Get up. Come on. Little mongrel. Get up. Come on, mate. When you get involved or put yourself in a position, usually not deliberately, to become involved with one of these enmeshed parents, be it the parent or adult child, the first thing you're going to sense is some kind of strange void. And that void will be proceeding out of the bond, the wrong bonding between the parent and the adult child. And remember, the child's being groomed. Don't let this parent get away with being the innocent party. This child's been groomed, and adult child, the parents made this person dependent on them, and that's all there is to it. There's no good pretending that it's anything less than that. This parent's gone, right, this is it. I'm going to keep this child as a source of intimate supply. I'll groom them into my lifestyle. I'll depend on them. I'll keep them as a main part of my life intimately, without the sex. I'll let them right into the personal parts of my life. They'll tell them personal details of their intimate life and allow them to navigate all this stuff. They're like children, where the child's given such authority that the child becomes the parent and the parent becomes the child. The child becomes the parent and the parent becomes a child. And now all of a sudden the parents asking the child to make vital, critical relationship decisions for them based on what the child perceives and understands to be right. And in some cases this is legit, and in other cases this is going to be destructive. And this destructive bond, if you get involved with these people, will flow over into your life. And believe me, the demons are flying around this like flies around a garbage bin, trying to navigate the minds of yourself and these people into such a way in which it all turns in on you, because covert emotional incest will inevitably turn in on you. The reason for this is one or the other is going to be concerned about the supply that they're losing from the family member because you come along. And they're going to fight to remove you. Now you won't know this is going on, but it is going on behind the scenes. There'll be yelling, screaming, arguing, fighting, backbiting. You'll be the enemy. They'll put on you got to realize this. You'll be the enemy, and they'll put on the smiley face in front of you and make out everything's okay, but behind the scenes there's narcissistic breakdowns, psychological breakdowns taking place because you've come along and you're now getting a large part of that person's time and life, which is how a relationship works. But a relationship's not going to work in the enmeshed environment, because the enmeshment will win. And I haven't heard of anyone yet that's gotten out of that. I've read about it, but I have never seen it. And the percentages are against any form of rehabilitation because it's too convenient. You can't trust anyone more than a family member, can you? Even if it's out of order. I've watched these single mothers Hank! Hey! I've watched these single mothers destroy their children. I've watched them destroy them with kindness. And you know that saying, kindness to the devil is weakness, that really refers to enabling people through kindness to be dysfunctional and destructive. That's the kindness to the devil that's weakness. So as you journey in your new relationship with these people and you notice they're closer than what they should be, you'll hear them giving each other little sexual innuendos that are crossing boundaries, and you'll see the sarcasm and the bent form of humour start to surface. It would be my advice to you, if you're uncomfortable, to detach, forget about the sex and all the rest of it, because they're good at sex because that's how they hold you. They're hopeless at everything else, but they are good at sex in most cases, and they'll hold you with that, and they'll punish you in the other areas of the relationship, and you will not handle it because, again, the incest will win. Invariably it will win, and you'll be left abandoned, or if you abandon them, whatever, If you abandon them, they're not on their own. They're going to stay in the emotional incest. They'll go back to normal. You'll be written off as a cruel joke. And if you don't detach and come back to yourself and rehabilitate yourself, you will go into trauma. A trauma that you don't want, a trauma that you don't need, and a trauma that's been caused by covert emotional incest.